Hello, NatureGlo here. So I have been holed up here for, oh gosh, maybe the past 10 hours or so. It rained for most of today. This is day number 25 here in Slab City. So, yeah, I went to the hot spring this morning. Today I decided to be a rubber tramp around Slab City. So instead of driving all over the place, I walked all over the place. So first I went to the hot spring, and then I went to a new friend's house to pick up some eggs, hung out with a new friend, and now I'm here camped um, by a riverbed, a dry riverbed. And yesterday I spent the day at House of Dots and videoed Dot's art gallery, particularly her Alice in Wonderland room. So I actually have a separate video coming out about that. So the story of Alice in Wonderland has a very special place in my heart. When I was a little girl, my uncle Tommy used to take me from Poughkeepsie, New York, pick me up at my mother's house, his sister, and he would take me to Catskill, New York, where he and his wife lived together. And I remember he used to play music for me on his guitar, and one day he pulled a thin little book from his bookshelf and introduced to me for the first time in my life the story of Alice in Wonderland. And he read aloud to it from it to me, and I was just like I think I was like an 8-year-old girl, and I was so mesmerized by this story. And throughout my life, I have revisited not necessarily the book itself until recently. I'll show you. So here is a reprint of the book. And this one is really special because it has color pictures. Let me show you. A lot of them are black and white, but occasionally there's like a color one. So I've been watching House of Dots videos from various documentaries that are around the internet. And she mentioned that she hasn't particularly, they don't focus on the Alice in Wonderland room. So when I discovered that she had one, a light bulb went off. I was like, oh my goodness. Because over this past summer, I had been listening to Lady Gaga's song called Alice, which is basically, if I could summarize it, it's about Lady Gaga herself, who struggled with mental issues over her life. You know, just the name Lady Gaga is like, we all know who she is. She's this extravagant human being and a brilliant artist and musician and famous with fashion. And I've loved Lady Gaga for many years. And so when I heard her song Alice, like another light bulb went off. So it's like, I'm like making these spiritual connections. And on my way back from Mammoth Lakes this summer, I just made a connection with that song, Alice in Wonderland, and Slab City, thinking that Slab City is like my wonderland. And I've been staying in a camp called Wonderland. And, it's just really cool, like these synchronicities. And I love when life does that, when it makes these connections, like these really unique connections. And so it's like wanting me to dig deeper into, well, what are the connections between Slab City and the story of Alice in Wonderland? So it's just a really fascinating concept to me. So yesterday, Dot and I met, and I asked her to do a thorough, like, just let's just focus on the one room, the Alice in Wonderland room, and I explained my excitement and interest in it. And, so she did. So she went through, like, point by point, piece by piece, everything that's in this room, and I'm like, this is kind of a little video advertisement for that video that will be coming out. I'm really excited about it. Like, it's coming out really beautifully. There's just a couple of missing pieces, though, that, so I'm gonna have to ask if we can do a retake with a few things. Most of the content that I got actually came out really well. This sure isn't the best thing for this necklace, but whatever, who cares? I am not a fashion kinda whatever. I suppose it looks better without it. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. I will be releasing that video soon on my videos tab, not on the live videos. But I may also, go go live, to show certain parts of her exhibit. So, House of Dots is right next to East Jesus. It's just part of the unique, features the unique places to visit here in SLAB City. Definitely wanna visit if you're while you're down here, be sure to check out House of Dots gift shop. She has a gift shop. It's called a maze in art. So it's literally a maze that she's created using, from my understanding, homes of people that had dreams of living in Slab City and abandoned those dreams. So, like, she has, like, abandoned RVs and whatnot now. She's created art exhibits. So, very fascinating, and Dot has an extraordinarily fascinating story, which, probably will want to do an we'll ask her for an interview. So, I'll need to come up with some other level questions because she's had, like, numerous interviews, from other YouTubers and big time documentary people. Um, so I'm really fascinated by the people that live here in Slab City and like their big why, like why are they here? Because I ask myself that question, like, why am I here? what is what is my purpose? And I've been following Tony Robbins. Um, Tony Robbins is an extraordinary human. He's a coach, probably at this time in history, one of the best coaches on the planet. And he's doing a challenge that I'm going to be doing March 21st, 21 to 2 to 3 to 4, March 21st through 24th. And it's called Unleash the Power Within. So, like, change is a decision that we all have to make in our lives. Like, one of the things that I've been learning from Tony is how we all have like stuck places in our lives. He calls them patterns. Like, I have certain patterns that I have felt stuck in my life. Money and relationships have been two of my big stuck places. There's like three major areas: uh, money, relationships, health. Like, I feel like I nail my health. Like, you know, I'm a I'm a little bit overweight. I'm probably about 50 pounds overweight now. I kind of go um now it seems to be stabilizing, and I think I'm losing weight like a little bit every day. I do intermittent fasting, like I eat lots of whole foods and raw foods. Like, I feel like I've nailed my health, and that's like a huge, huge pillar. But the other two pillars of my life, money and relationships. Now, honestly, I can say that I am blessed with relationships. Um, but I know, but there's always a big but in life, right? I'm not satisfied. There's like a one piece that I really want that I'm not going to share right now. Um, and the other one is money. Um, I want my online business to be much more profitable than it has been. So I am going to be tackling money That's gonna be my focus for Unleash the Power Within, because I feel like if I can feel more financially prosperous, um, then, like, it'll open the doors, for, like, healthier relationships and manifesting more of what I want in relationships. So, maybe I could do a twofer. I'm hoping that I can do both of, money and relationships, kinda nail them both and, like, have 3 strong pillars and just be this, like, vibrant, successful, excited, peak performing human being that, becomes more of an influencer. Why do I want that? I wanna help be a change in this world. Like, I don't like how humanity globally is raping the earth. I don't like how we as a being on this planet are dominating, and like animals are going extinct left and right. It's just wildly alarming to me. And I have come to Slab City as part of my purpose because it's one of the few places on earth where the land is free, um, and people live in community. They live in closer community. I'm not saying that they're always harmonious. That's just not the way of humanity. But, what if I could bring something to the table? I don't know what it is at this point, but and then Tony Robbins also mentioned how we have multiple purposes. There's not any one purpose. And I thought that was like, whoa, like light bulb moment. Like, yeah, I have many loves and passions. I love the Eastern Sierra Nevada. I love van life. I love community. Uh, I love crazy, interesting, fascinating stories like Alice in Wonderland and quirky people, like lots of cool, charismatic, eccentric, super interesting, powerful people are here in Slab City. In Slab City, I've decided, or I believe that it is a type of vortex, that there is some type of energetic vortex here. And it would be great to really, for us, I know, like, I'm not considered a member, like a Slab City resident at this point. I'm just doing a 60-day challenge, right? To see if I could make this my residence. But I could foresee myself, being here long term someday in the future and help, you know, build out something that people really want to go to, people really want to live. It just seems like any city, there's, like, crime and drugs and, like, it's like this human state thing, but if we could somehow become a center for I don't know. I don't wanna say too much because I'm not in the peak state really to communicate what's here yet. We'll get there. We're getting there. Okay. So be sure to check out the rest of my 60 Days in Slab City challenge. Watch the playlist from beginning, watch the journey, and I am excited to show you the House of Dots video upcoming after I finish something, adding a few more clips. And yeah, so thank you for watching and see you in the next video.